The market is still taking a big, heavy beating, but in this video, I want to give us the best altcoins on my radar to build up positions to add to your bags while stuff is cheap. Because this is where you make life-changing gains. Once you understand, if you look at the previous bull run, on how these dips across 2020 and 2021, the buying opportunities are out there. Because you can look at crypto bubbles before we even get started on this video, guys. If you look in the last week, stuff's starting to come back. If you look in the last month, it is still a red sea of ocean. But as you look at the last 3 months, it has been plain sailing. And again, you come down here and all you need to do is on your coin, look at the last year and see how it's performing. Because what I can do, ultimately, if I can go back to the month and filter this by the worst gainers, sure, Virtual's Protocol, 59% down, Pepe 45% down. You've got strong coins like Render down 37%. All these solid projects, Sui down 35%. But you have to remember how far these coins have already ran. So these dips are what we should be excited about because we're getting opportunities in the last 2 to 3, 4 months that we wish we could have bought heck a lot, 2 to 3 years ago, right? So just understand this is completely part of the game. So we're going to analyze some categories. Obviously not going to mention every single coin because that would be a 6-hour long video. But yeah, here's just what I can see in the market. Bottom category, we have 2 to 3x, 5 to 10x, 10 to 15x, 15 to 20x. Of course, none of this is financial advice. This could happen, this could not happen, but this is just a bit of fun. Let's start off with Ethereum. Now, as we know, Ethereum is been lagging this bull run. So if you look at ETH, okay, on this year to date, it hasn't been performing well, even against Bitcoin. I think Bitcoin has actually outperformed it since the lows. In fact, I'm pretty sure Bitcoin was lows of like 16K on the crash, the Celsius crash. So even Bitcoin has outperformed this, but I do still believe this is a 8K minimum coin in this bull run. And all you have to do is look at the last bull run. This coin is still going to be number 2 in terms of market caps, in my opinion. It is taking a big beating right now on the weekly. But again, just remember what Ethereum does. Just remember, I know it's expensive to use. I know it can be annoying to transact with. But these big players, Donald Trump, BlackRock, all these big players, billionaires, are buying up Ethereum. We just seen that in the last week, okay? What Donald Trump did to Ethereum. Then he started to rebuy, especially with his son, Eric Trump. So again, the problem with Ethereum is it's not going to be here, it's not going to be here, it's not going to be here, most likely they're not going to be here, and that's where it's going to be. It could go to the 5x category, okay, you could see that, but again, I'm going to try and make this as realistic as possible. You're not going to agree with everything on this list, but I think we can comfortably say Ethereum is that 6K to kind of 8K coin base case, and if it goes higher, that's absolutely great for us. Now the next one is Sui. Sui has been an absolute phenomenal coin in terms of a hodl position. It's been a phenomenal coin on Turbo Finance if you're using this as liquidity pools. We've got a guy in our community, Jesse, who's making 30K a month of this. He bought a Mustang and he made a fuck ton of this. Now, again, everybody was excited about Sui at $5. Nobody was excited about Sui at 70 cents. And now everybody's panicking at Sui at $3. And you know what's funny? With most of these coins that we'll go over, nothing's changed on Sui. Okay, they're getting stronger. The DeFi liquidity is going up. But what has changed is the market sentimental of retail investors. Again, come and look at Sui on TradingView. What do you see? What do you see? You see a beautiful start of an altcoin rally with Sui. You have to see pullbacks. People need to take profits. People need to roll over. Bitcoin's taking a dump. But this is still so strong on the weekly. Again, your entries here on the GG indicator was about 90 cents. You could have caught the lows at 50 cents. An absolute buying opportunity of a lifetime. The problem with Sui is, okay, right now it's almost a $10 billion market cap. So the market cap is a lot frothy compared to when it started to run at about 2 billion. Okay, so it already got you the 8x plus. Now, is Sui going to give you an 8x from here? I'm not too sure, but I can comfortably say Sui is a $10 token. And that's why it's going to go here. Now, could it go to the $30? Sure. But again, you want to be taking profits out. Maybe leave 20% of your main bag there. I think Sui is a better risk/reward compared to Ethereum. And that's really what this video is about. It's looking at the risk/reward that makes sense for your portfolio, that makes sense for your dollar value by the end of this bull cycle. So again, if you're looking at a coin and you want better gains than Ethereum, I would invest in Sui. Can it drop further? Sure. But I would say Sui will give you more returns than Ethereum. But pushing past that $10, $15, is going to be a stretch this bull cycle, just looking at the market cap. And you also have to remember with Sui, is it didn't have a 2021 bull run. Okay, so it's in uncharted territory. We don't know what the previous high was. It's a fairly new coin. So again, it's hard to judge on where this one could go. Now, ADA, absolute solid project in the last bull run. Speaking to a guy, JD Gyms, he recognized me in the gym. It was a very weird scenario. Okay, felt a little bit like an influencer, although I hate that fucking word. But this guy was a big ADA holder. Now, I believe he bought in the previous bull run. He held it all the way down like most of us. And now he is, still been stacking ADA, right? ADA's a phenomenal coin, okay? What's the biggest problem with ADA right now? Drop it in the comments. I'll give you 3 seconds. 3, 2, 1. This is one of the biggest problems with ADA. Okay, we'd always talk about market cap on this channel, okay? What's nice is they're circulating supply and they have a max supply. So the circulating supply is not that heavy, okay? So it means there's never going to be more minty tokens. What's also nice about this coin is Charles Hoskinson, he's a very rich man. He could have rugged this project a long time ago. What I don't like about this project, and this could change, is in the last bull run they were building all these DeFi apps, you had stuff, going on chain, etc. And I also don't like how you can't get yield in this coin for our DeFi pools, okay? Or you can't find a good pool that pays you enough, but that's a side problem, whatever, right? If you look at TradingView on ADA, okay, you've seen some very key resistance points and support points. Again, every coin that we talk about on this list at the current time, recording the 10th of February, is going to be down. But again, this is about buying coins for your bull run of 2025. Now, again, I put these price predictions in a previous video I made. $3 bear case, just like we get the previous all-time high. Medium case, $6 to 10. And again, you might get below tops at $9, maybe. So again, what you can probably notice is the returns are not as sexy as some of these other coins that we're going to talk about. But I do think this coin, it does double its previous all-time high. Okay, I think that's quite reasonable. The market cap is going to be a little bit frothy at that point, but just understand that Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP, Solana, etc., they're going to have stupid high market caps in this bull run. So I don't think you're going to be too far off with about a 5 to 10x, in my opinion. Again, I would love to put it in here, and it can still do that, but realistically, that's where I see ADA going, the 5 to 10x. Now, speaking of absolute phenomenal gainers, and a coin that has been wrecking a lot of people recently because it can't make up its mind, Solana. Where was the best time to buy Solana? Roundabout here. You could have been accumulating Solana. Again, at the very lows, $10, man. It's absolutely crazy. So Solana's already done a 25x since its local top here. $10 to $250. Okay, it's already done a 25x. The problem with Solana right now is we have a 205 token in price, and we have exactly $100 billion in market cap. So again, does this get to $2,000 market cap? The magical $1 trillion? Fuck no, in my opinion. Now, could it happen? Absolutely. This coin has surprised us in 2021. It pissed me off so much because I wish I bought here. I started my DCAs halfway through this run, got absolute wrecked. And again, you get in at the price you deserve. It's the same token. It's just a different price from people who are buying and selling. And you either love Solana if you were buying it cheap, or you hate Solana if you bought it at the local tops at around $260. If you look at the weekly, it looks fucking bullish to me, right? Just everybody's panicking because they started getting cryptocurrency at 286. And now it's at 200. Same coin, different outcome. Now, realistically, on Solana, I don't think you're going to see a $2,000 token. I would like to see a $1,000 token, and that's where I'm going to just briefly put it in here. Now, again, all these bets are a better risk slash toward Ethereum, but obviously Ethereum, in my opinion, has almost got that guaranteed safety, okay, of doing well in this bull run. But I would still say these are here as guaranteed 80, 90%. They're not going to fizzle away. Now, XRP is a very, very interesting one. Very controversial coin, probably the most controversial coin in the space. And it was a stable coin for so long, at 50 cents. But you know what happened to XRP? When XRP explodes, it fucking explodes. You went from 50 odd cents pretty much to the local top of $3.40, and it broke that previous run of 2017 that it was trying so long to do. Okay, this big spike. So this is just how coins can move. Now again, what's the biggest coin with XRP, or the biggest problem with XRP is the $140 billion market cap. I see crazy price predictions on XRP to $50, $100, even $1,000 because it's a banking coin. Sure. But let's just get this coin to $5 to $10 first, okay? Because we're not going to see 100 billion trillion XRP market cap to get to these crazy price predictions that I keep seeing on YouTube. We're not going to see that. It's absolute fucking retarded. So again, it's very boring, but that's where I would put it. Again, the risk for me is a little bit higher than SUI, XRP, and Solana, but the market cap is big enough where this coin's not going to rug tomorrow. So that's why I like it. Now, QNT is one of my most annoying coins in my portfolio. I still have it. I'm actually up on it right now, finally, but I'm barely up any money. Okay, I was buying QNT heavily, but then I swapped some. I seen the previous bull run. What really got me interested in QNT was the circulating supply and max supply. So 14 million, less than Bitcoin. That got me super excited. I looked on the website. A lot of revenue, a lot of big backers behind this, but nobody fucking cares, especially nobody cares right now. Everybody cared in 2021. Okay, it has been a lackluster coin for this bull run. It hasn't really done anything. It has basically been a stable coin, I guess you could say, around about $100. Now it's starting to have a little bit of a deep egg if it was a stable coin. But again, you had a nice run from 55 all the way up to 150. So you had a 3x in this if you were buying the lowest. But just right now it's about $89. Again, QNT's market cap is so fucking low. That's the only reason why I'm still holding this coin with the limited supply. It's a difficult one to judge. I put the bear case for this one at $400, medium case $700. But again, that would be less than a $10 billion market cap, which I still think is crazy. You've got Dogecoin way past that. You've got Pepe round about that, even right now before its bull run. And again, my highest kind of peak run for this would be $1,000, but I don't think it's going to get there. But again, the market cap, yeah, it still makes sense for this to happen, but just nobody's fucking talking about QNT. But again, that happened in the last bull run. So again, I have to put it in this boring category. It is very risky, this one, although it shouldn't be, but this is a very risky one where it could fizzle away to nothing. So that's where I would kind of like to put it here. But again, just looking at the market cap, we should comfortably do this. Now, let's talk about Bitcoin. Bitcoin's obviously the gold standard. The problem with Bitcoin is we wish we could have more money to fucking just accumulate Bitcoin. If I could just give you a simple answer on my portfolio, I would love to be able to just buy Bitcoin and do nothing else. The only problem with that is I don't have $100,000 every single time I get paid to DC into Bitcoin to buy one full Bitcoin. But you don't have to buy one full Bitcoin. Okay, that's just the harsh reality. But the harsh reality for most people is most people come in the market with $1,000, $5,000, $500 or $10,000. And the biggest problem they have is they're accumulating 0.001 Bitcoin, 0.1 Bitcoin, and it fucking sucks. But there's nothing wrong with buying Bitcoin, okay? You will make money. Bitcoin has been on, again, since the lows of 15, 16K. It has performed better than Ethereum. It's performed better than a lot of other coins on the market right now. But again, the biggest problem this has is it's not going to be a 5-10x in this cycle, anywhere close to that, this bull run. So it has to come in the bottom category, but that doesn't mean it's a bad coin. Okay, this just means that, hey, it's maybe too late for Bitcoin if you're a small investor. Make a fuck ton of money this bull run, come back in the next bull run, and accumulate more Bitcoin. Again, the goal should always be for your altcoins to beat Bitcoin's gains. If your altcoins aren't beating Bitcoin's gains, you might as well just hold Bitcoin. But I think long term, the goal should be to accumulate as much Bitcoin as you physically can, because that should be the goal. It is digital gold. It is a beautiful thing that we all know. This started the whole cryptocurrency revolution that we were in, and there's nothing wrong with buying Bitcoin if you're a small investor. But a lot of people, even me, I want more fucking gains. So again, that's the biggest problem we have. Now, Medicaid, I believe, is a gaming coin. Last time I checked, I do have it in my portfolio. I did nibble it on the lows. And yeah, the GG indicator called this about 0.008. I nibbled that, did well, taking a big dip, still holding it. But again, the nice thing about this one is now we're getting to the dumpster market caps. Again, super fucking risky, super risky. Coin hasn't had a 2021 bull run, so that's nice. Okay, but it's also not nice because we don't really have anything to judge it on. But I do think this coin will fly. Now again, coins like this is where you can get crazy price predictions of the 20x plus, the 15x plus. For me, I'm treating this as a 15 to 20x, then I'm out the game. But it can do that literally in a week if we get some marketing, if we get some good bullish news behind this, because the market cap is so low. A 10x on this one is literally just a big influencer talking about it, and then it goes. And then obviously if we get the peak bull run, people start to roll over. So I'm going to comfortably put it here. But again, if you get a 10, 15x off this one, you should start to roll over profits at least on the run. Okay, now VRA comes in a similar category. VRA is so fucking undervalued right now. Market cap is 24 million. This coin is a very unsexy coin. What this coin pretty much does is it helps people save money on advertising, right? So super unfucking sexy, but this is the only coin in this niche that does this, right? There's not really any competitors that I can see on the market. The VRA chart is very disgusting though. So again, I have this in a liquidity pool against Ethereum. It's paying nicely, about $150 per day on about a 10k bank balance. So again, it is giving me a nice return. In about 3 months, I'm pretty much accumulating my whole liquidity, which is nice. And I also get to earn in Ethereum, which is what I want to do anyways. So again, so I don't want to confuse you too much, but it's in a liquidity pool. I bought it to do that, and that's just a strategy going forward. But VRA again, for me, guys, I look at meme coins, I look at these AI agent coins that have came from nowhere, that have destroyed us in market cap. And for me, again, this could fizzle away, go to nothing, just like Medicaid. But for me, I'm going to have to put it in the 20x plus. It's always been that play for me. Again, I will take profits at the 10, the 15, but for me, I just think this one's going to fucking fly, okay? You've seen what it did in the previous bull run. It went fucking crazy, okay? The market cap got to about 400 million. So again, you're at about a 20x off that, just give or take, basic maths. So again, I do see this beating this previous all-time high, and I could have a category here of 100x plus, but again, I don't want to be a moon boy in this video. I want to try and keep everybody grounded so we don't get fucking wrecked. But again, you should always build a diversified portfolio. If I put this in 20x and you put all your portfolio in VRA and you get sad because it doesn't do anything and it fizzles away to nothing, that's your fault. This is a speculative play, okay? If you don't like speculative plays, just buy these ones, okay? Or just buy this one. Ondo's an interesting one. Don't have any. Okay, I would like to own some, but my main reason is I was filling other bags. Backed by BlackRock, I believe. So again, I don't think this coin is going to go anywhere. You could see the absolute god tier entries when this coin launched. I don't know if it was a pre-sale or a fair launch, but regardless, this coin is looking very strong. Even with Bitcoin's dumps, it's holding the line at $1.30. Market cap is still low. Again, I'll always compare this to memes and AI agents. So the market cap is still super fucking low compared to Dodge, etc. And Shiba. I think Shiba's probably, give or take, maybe double this right now. I can't remember with the recent dump. But again, it always pisses me off. And I understand the game of cryptocurrency. But when I see Dogecoin at the previous like kind of local tops, like 50 billion, it's probably like 35 right now. To see Ondo at $4 or $4 billion market cap is fucking crazy undervalued. So I think Ondo's a solid project. I would really like to buy Ondo, but I was going to buy it, but it didn't take too much of a dip in this kind of like market crash that we had. I would love to buy it round about, give or take the 60 to 70 cents again, but we just haven't seen that so far. And what's nice about Ondo is we just crossed over 100,000 holders. So again, there's a lot of holders starting to stack up. Again, it's nowhere near compared to your bigger market cap coins, but just remember this coin is under 1 year old, so just keep that in mind. I think Ondo is a 10x minimum. I'd love to put it higher, but realistically, we don't know how far it can go. But we do have BlackRock being the biggest backers behind this, so again, this could be, again, still fucking a top 10 coin in this bull run. But again, comfortably right now, at the current time of recording, that's where I see it. Now, Aero is another beautiful coin where you can go and Aerodrome finance the platform itself, and you can start a full range pool. They're paying about 40% per year. You can remove that liquidity if you want, so that's nice. It has been on a big dip recently. Okay, the kind of local tops were $2.29, and now it's at 81 cents. So again, if you loved Aero at $2.29, you should fucking love it at 80 cents. You should fucking love it at 40 cents. Now again, if we start to get below this levels and we see a big Luna red candle, then we're maybe a little bit worried. But again, if you think Aero is still a strong project, you should be loving Aero. Again, you can stack that against USDC on Aerodrome Finance, get us about 40% per year. Full range, literally no risk because you already hold Aero anyways. Market cap on Aero, super fucking low, 600 million. Again, comparing to Dodge, like we'll always talk about on this video, it is a buying opportunity of a lifetime. Now again, if Bitcoin dumps again to 85, 90K, this is going to get trashed. But again, that's why you should always have some dry powder on the side to accumulate your coins. It's an easy 10x in my opinion. Yeah, there's a no-brainer there if it does well. If it fizzles away and go to zero, again, we build a diversified portfolio, and we should never be 100% or married to one coin. Now, XLM is a very interesting one. I compare this a lot to XRP. When XRP ran, you know what happened to XLM? It shot pretty much the exact same time frame, taking pretty much the same beating. Again, just look at XRP's chart, look at XLM's chart. Compare this to 21, you see the exact same thing. XLM got heavily suppressed because XRP was getting sued. I think these coins are going to like not follow each other eventually, but again, if you just look at the charts, they pretty much follow each other to a T within reason. XLM usually pumps harder, it usually dumps faster of XRP. But what I can say is this coin's a lot less market cap than XRP. So if you like XRP, you should probably have an allocation in XLM just to get more gains. And that's where I would put XLM comfortably at 10 to 15x. Now HBAR, header or hash graph as people like to say, it has been an absolute long game for me in this one. I've been accumulating this coin for give or take 4 years now, on the highs, on the lows. My main bags were filled here. I bought my last stupid candle at 14 cents. I spent $40,000 before it would ultimately crash, and I've held this for 2 years now in this bullshit. But I was accumulating, so I'm about 200 grand in profit in this one, even with the big dips that we're still having in HBAR. But I think HBAR was one of my kind of favorite coins. I guess you could say I'm married to it. The circulating supply is getting close to the max supply. The biggest problem we had here was obviously, number one, it was a bear market. Number two was there was so many coins being dumped on the market, and the kind of inside people, the kind of people on the team, they were taking profits, and I completely understand it. But now, HBAR had a beautiful, massive pump from about 4 cents all the way up to 40 cents. So you got a 10x in give or take a couple of months. Nice, right? But if you just bought HBAR at 40 cents and now you're panicking because we're at 24 cents, that's cryptocurrency. I'm fucking super happy with HBAR right now because I'm up so much. I was fucking disheartened with HBAR for 2 years because I bought the crash, okay? But then I really bought the bear, and now I'm super fucking happy. Same coin, different outcome. Now, I do believe HBAR is a $1 coin. I've always said that. I thought it was going to do in the last bull run. I was stupid, but, you know, Bitcoin didn't go 100K. Ethereum didn't go 10K. So, again, it just was looking at market caps in the previous run. HBAR is a 5 to 10x. I would love to put it here, but I don't think you're going to see a HBAR price of $2, okay? Now, HBAR, a couple months ago, was here. Might have even been here. But now, HBAR is so high. So if HBAR went back to the 4 cents, yeah, we can put it here. But as of currently right now, this is where it stands. Now, Beam. Beam is one of the top gaming projects in terms of market cap. I think it's one of the best in the market right now. Market cap is taking a big beating, big discounts on Beam. So again, if you love Beam at 4, you should fucking love it at 0.01. Same coin, different outcome. So Beam, big beating right now. Had a good run around about August time. Okay, big pumps, but now it's fucking falling so fast. And that's just because Bitcoin and Ethereum are not doing anything. They're not playing ball, and then all the money's being sucked out. Retail people are panicking. And when you get a low market cap coin like Beam, okay, it's still a low market cap, way under $1 billion, getting close to 500 million on the dot. It is a low market cap coin, so it doesn't take a lot of people to sell, get scared, and the coin crashes. But I do think Beam is going to be one of those top runners in the bull run. I'll put it next to Medicaid. I'd like to put it up here. Could do this, but comfortably I think it's there. Now, Caspa's an interesting one, okay? So Caspa, you either have two stories with Caspa. You got rich off it, or you're getting wrecked on it in real time. So if you look at the Caspa chart, it is still, on the weekly, very fucking strong. It's performed one of the best in this kind of mini crash, capitulation effect, black swan event, if you want to call it that. It's performed very well. It's held the line very, very well. I still think it's going to do super well. The market cap is still low, but you have to remember how many guys are here still waiting to sell this at $5 billion market cap. Okay, so that is kind of what I don't like, but what I do like is the max supply is 28. The circulating supply is 25. So yeah, you're pretty much close to the full max supply. So there's not really anybody that can dump too heavily. The volume's nice. You're getting about 60 million right now, which is pretty fucking good for a market cap coin of 2.3 billion. I do think Caspa does well. Does it go to the dollar? It could very much do so just because of that market cap. So I do think Caspa is in the 10 to 15x. Could be higher, just depends. If this one starts to drop heavily, I would buy Caspa. I would love to get an entry on Caspa, but I'm so pissed off with this chart that I was looking elsewhere. If Caspa goes another 50% down, I'm going to be buying a fuckload of Caspa, but I just don't want to buy Caspa because I don't know where Bitcoin's going to go right now. So all I'm really doing in my personal portfolio is filling up my pools and then just looking at coins I would like to DC lower on. I don't want to open up a new position, especially in Caspa right now. I just need to see where Bitcoin's going. Now, Ethereum, I think it's called AEATH. Can't remember how you say this. Ethereum, never say it right. Fallen knife. Okay, looks exactly like Beam. I think it's a gaming coin as well. And a lot of gaming coins are getting fucking wrecked, man. But gaming is so undervalued. We've seen what it did in the previous bull run. Market cap on this one is 233 million. Okay, absolute disgusting chart. 38% all time. Fairly new coin. Okay, not even a year old, not even close to a year old. This could be god tier entries or fizzle away to nothing. So I'm going to put it in the 15 to 20x. Now remember, these coins up here or if it does well, these coins could fizzle away and go to zero. I hate to say that, but that's just reality. But if it goes well and it gets a bull run that we expect, your gaming coins are going to fly, okay? You can say I'm a little bit biased towards gaming coins, but that's just what I believe being in 2021. But again, gaming has to come through. I don't think gaming's going to go away. People are playing games all the time. Gaming is not one of those categories where it doesn't do anything. All the projects need to do is make fucking good games, get adoption, and gaming coins will fly. If they don't, gaming coins will die. But I'll tell you a quick story. Illumium in the last bull run, I'm still holding this coin, it's not doing well. It's actually one of my biggest losers so far in this bull run. Illumium went fucking crazy in the last bull run with just a demo. Okay, and that's just because gaming got hot. So even if the gaming project isn't building a game, I hate to say this, it doesn't fucking matter. If gaming's hot, all gaming coins will fly. Now, Pepe is one of the biggest meme coins in market cap. It's about 4 billion right now. It was a lot fucking higher, around about 11, so it's been pretty much cut in half in a very short amount of time, and that's just because Bitcoin's taking a big dip, okay? You have to understand that. The chart is fine. It's not taking a big beating. I wrote here when Donald Trump won, strong coins, really rallied up, but now you're pretty much at that entry on the GG. So if you're looking at a coin, a meme coin, and you like Pepe, it might be a good entry, could still fall a lot, but I don't think Pepe is going to go where the meme's just too strong, in my opinion. Market cap of 4, sure, it's probably going to do a 40 billion market cap, in my opinion. Depends how fast Dogecoin can run. Now, speaking of frogs, let's move over to Brett, the green frog. One of my favorite meme coins in the space, one of my biggest meme coins in my portfolio, looks fucking disgusting now. So I'm now less than my entry, give or take 6 months ago when I was in Dubai, 7 months ago maybe. And the chart looks fucking disgusting. It is fallen. So since our last confirmation, you could have took profits. But now we're crossed the red. And again, this is just because the market's taking a big fucking beating. But I do think Brett is a 10 billion minimum market cap. I genuinely believe that, okay? Just because of the marketing, just because it's kind of like the wholesome of like the blue frog. It's in the Matt Fury comics, etc. So if you know the history there, I don't think it's going to fizzle away to zero. It just isn't listed anywhere. We've seen what happened with Toshi when it got listed on Coinbase. It pretty much 4x'd in a day. Brett, for some reason, isn't listed fucking anywhere. You come down here, it's on Uniswap, it's on KuCoin, etc. But why is Toshi listed and Brett's not? It's very fucking weird. But I'm still holding this coin. I've got my liquidity pool on Uniswap against Ethereum. It's printing fucking nice right now. But yeah, we're going to put it right behind Pepe. I think it can do this, but that's where I'm kind of playing this game from. I want to take profits and stuff. I've got a nice enough bag. I've got a fuck ton of Brett. Almost got 1 million Brett right now. So if we get to $1 million with a $1 token, that'd be nice. But again, I'm not here to lose everything in the last bull run. So Brett doesn't even need to move that much for me to make fucking loads of money, just because I've accumulated so much Brett in that Ethereum pool. The next one is Altara. Altara, I think, is another gaming project that is starting to take this big beating right now. Confirmation November 11th, so pretty much when Donald Trump won the election, a week after, coins started to fly. And again, I say this because most of these coins, strong coins, that when Donald Trump won, a lot of the money started to flow into, if that makes sense. Market cap is 61 million, so just above the kind of micro caps, but I would put this in here as well. Again, same story with your Medicaid, your Beam, your Asteria. Gaming project could do well, should do well. They actually have some good projects on the platform. It just depends when gaming gets its cycle. And I do believe it will happen. May, June, kind of July. We'll see that. We've seen it in the last bull run. So again, comfortably going to put it here. Just like I said in other ones, could fizzle away and go to zero just because of the market cap. But I don't think we're going to see this, in my opinion. Now, Render is number 1 or number 3, I think, in market caps of AI. It's kind of my most bullish token in AI. It's here to stay. It's not going to fizzle away to anything. Again, it's just taking a big fucking beating on the chart. Okay, still bullish though. If you look at 2023, you're up fuck tons of money. But now we're starting to get to those god tier entries again. Could it fall down to 2? Could it fall down to $1.50? Could it fall all the way down to 50 cents? That's when I will be a little bit panicking. But again, I understand when we're falling that hard, that's the time when you want to buy. You want to buy when it's scarce, and you want to sell when everything is just FOMO'd, right? So in my opinion, Render is going to be here for the bull run in 2025 peak. We've had highs of $12, so we're about a 3x from that right now. I would say if you're looking at building an AI kind of project portfolio, I do think Render is a 10 to kind of 15x in my opinion, especially from prices today. Now again, if we were making this video when Render was $12, That would where it would be probably a 5 to kind of 7, maybe 10x absolute maximum. But because we're seeing a big dip right now at current prices, you can see how far we can go. If render was $50 right now, we'd come to here. But the current time recording, that's where I can comfortably see it being by. Now, Crypto.com, I wanted to chuck in an exchange coin here. I didn't want to put in BNB because I think it's a waste of time buying BNB. It's too big market cap. We seen 21, bought the Staples Center, UFC ads, Formula One ads, and I believe they're going to start to do that again. These guys are probably one of the most profitable companies in cryptocurrency. They've got a fuck ton of money. I would argue they maybe have more money than Binance, but I'm not too sure. But Binance didn't buy this Staples Center in 21, and I think that cost them $700 million. So yeah, there is that. They've got a lot of cash. They survived the kind of capitulation in 21 and 22 when FTX went down, Celsius went down. A lot of these exchanges did go down. Crypto.com did survive. Okay, market cap in Kronos right now is $2 billion. Okay, if this went back to $1, that'd be nice. Can it do that? I think it can. I think it can reasonably do that, and it can go way higher than that, in my opinion. Crypto.com, good platform. Don't really use them that much. I like Kraken, but you know, there's nothing wrong with Crypto.com. I think you will see a 10 to 15x. You could very much see a 20x in this one, but again, it's a little bit too bullish to say that right now. Let's just get back to the previous all-time high, and that's where you would put it. Now, ICP is one of the most disgusting charts if you look at all time, but heavily manipulated by FTX. It is what it is. So if you bought up here, sorry, bro. But $7.13 right now, yeah, this is probably one of the biggest gainers for a market cap of $3 billion. That's crazy. ICP 3 billion market cap is getting fucking absolute destroyed on the 1 year, almost 50%. It's crazy. If ICP does well, and it should do well, it is a solid project. I do not have any. I don't know why that is. I think it's because I'm a little bit cash flow heavy on other positions right now. I would like to buy ICP. I just probably have filled up my main bags, and I'm not really looking at adding ICP. Now, if ICP went down to 3 to 2, I'd probably upload the boat, to be honest. But I think ICP is here. If it goes there, I could put another category about 100x plus, 50x plus, but I'm not going to do that. But yeah, I think it's there. Now, VeChain. VeChain's interesting. You probably heard of this one in the last bull run. They changed their logo recently. Fantastic last bull run. Again, similar market cap, 2 kind of billion market cap is what most of these coins that are established are looking at. Struggling to say the least. Last 1 year to date, barely break even. Okay, you would have made more money on Bitcoin. Last month, big beating. Last 7 days, round about break even. Last day, yeah, round about break even. So VeChain, I think, will still come around. Okay, I don't think it's going to hit the 25 cents, but I do still think, in my opinion, it is here. Now, again, VeChain could go higher, but I don't know. I just don't think this is going to have as great of a bull run as people think. Just like Chainlink, just like Polkadot, but I do think it will give you some returns. So those are kind of where my lists are. Okay, I would love to know your constructive criticism in the comments below. Tell me I'm wrong. Tell me I'm right. Tell me I'm too bearish. Tell me I'm too bullish. But the main point of this message, you could buy pretty much all of these coins and make money by 2025 if you know how to take profits. Ultimately guarantee that. Sure, there might be some coins like VRA, Medicaid, maybe Altera that are a little bit more risky that could fizzle away to zero. But that's why you build your diversified portfolio. You start with these 5 to 2 to 3x's. That's where you start. Now, there's many more I could put in here. These are not just the only ones. But you start building these positions up first. Then you start going down this line. And then once you're fully set and you're comfortable with your goals, you start going up here. So again, invest here first, invest here second, invest here third. Once you're happy, invest here. And that's all you need to do to make money in fucking cryptocurrency. Most people lose money in the first bull run. If this is your first bull run, you won't want to hear it and you're going to be like, that's not me, that's not me. I said that in 2021, brother. I said, it's not going to be me. But it was me. I lost it all. And that's because I got too fucking greedy. And all I had to do was just take profits. Okay, I was at 950k at the peak. I just had to click sell. Clicking the buy button is very easy. Clicking the sell button is very fucking hard in a bullish market because 500k is nice, but 1 million is better. 1 million is nice, but 1.5 is better. And it happens to the best of us. So take this as a harsh lesson. If you've got coins in here, whether you agree or disagree with me, just promise me you'll take fucking profits this bull run. The market is very, very manipulated right now. Coins are going down very hard, but I know in a couple of months we're going to bounce back. Maybe less, maybe more, but I know we're going to bounce back. This bull run isn't over by any means, okay? And if it was over and you believed that, you wouldn't be watching a crypto video. You would have packed up shop and you would have left and came back in 2 years. But I don't think we're over yet. I think this is just part of the cycle. We've seen it before. And this is the time where you want to be strapping in, locking in, cutting all distractions, cutting expenses if you can, and buying like a madman. Let me know in the comments below. Peace and take care.